Thank you, Father. Hi. As Father said, my name is Tyler Logsdon, and this is my testimony. On the 22nd of January, I was in our nation's capital fighting for something I believe in. I was joined on this adventure by many of the youth in this church. Together we marched through our capital to object to one of our nation's greatest sins. We went to stand up for the defenseless and to be a voice for those who don't have one. In short, we went to stand against abortion. We were joined by many people from around our nation who, like us, felt that we should not be killing our future, but rather defending it. While there, we saw many signs and many pictures that protested this sin. However, one sign I thought was very appropriate stated, "Never to live, never to laugh, never to love." That sign showed me what is taken from a child when it is aborted. The child will never get to sit on a porch with his family on a summer night. He won't ever get to go to the movies with his friends. He won't get to watch his children grow up and live a life that brings them joy. All because he never got the chance to have a choice. People say that the woman should have a choice about carrying a child in her body. Well, what about the baby? Why doesn't the child get a choice? What gives anybody the right to steal that child's life? We believe the child should be able to live, so we march. Our church sent many of us to march, and as I marched, I couldn't help but feel awe. I saw so many people on the streets of D.C. who shared our belief and had the courage to stand up for that belief. So many who wanted to save our nation from our own erroneous beliefs. But what truly astounded me was that this wasn't the first march, but rather the 40th. I can only hope that next year we won't have to march again. But if we do, I know that we will stand up for our rights and the baby's rights and do our Father's work. I believe in life, so I march. Will you march with me? Thank you.
Good morning. Like Father Joe said, my name is Lizzie Schwiegel. I'm 18 years old today, actually, and I'm a senior at Crystal Lake Central High School. And like Father Joe said, last week myself and 25 others from our parish traveled to Washington, D.C. to participate in the 40th Annual March for Life. After a send-off mass said by Bishop Malloy and a 15-hour bus ride to D.C., we had a very eventful 3 days. Our first afternoon, Congressman Randy Hultgren had a reception in the House of Representatives office building for the Diocese of Rockford group to tell us about pro-life legislation in the works in Congress. The next day, after D.C. issued a severe weather alert for a predicted 4 inches of snow, we're all thinking, are you kidding me? We're from Chicago. You do not know severe weather. We had a prayer session in our hotel and then went to the Basilica for the Shrine of the Immaculate Conception, the largest church in North America, to attend the Vigil Mass for Life. There are so many seminarians, deacons, priests, bishops, and cardinals at this Mass, the procession alone takes 45 minutes. It's awesome. In addition to getting to be in the same Mass as cardinals who helped elect Pope Francis, the nuncio to the Vatican was there as a representative to the Pope. Pretty cool. And then the day of the march, the next day, we woke up very early to attend the youth rally and Mass for Life at the Verizon Center with 20,000 other teens, while another rally of equal size was happening a few blocks away at the DC Armory. From there, we left to join hundreds of thousands of others in the march from the National Mall to the Supreme Court building. And the beautiful thing about this is the vast majority of these hundreds of thousands are young people. I can assure you that I am part of the pro-life generation, and while Roe v. Wade came before our time, it certainly will not survive our time. This was my 5th time going on the March for Life, and I am proud to have done so. I marched because I believe that a child is not a choice. I march because I believe that the invented choice based off a stretched interpretation of the Constitution holds no strength against the inalienable, God-given right to life. Because I know when I hold my baby goddaughter in my arms, there is nothing more precious than a human child. Because God created each and every one of us in His image and said to us, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Because abortion and contraception do not liberate women. They degrade them. Because women who need help are abandoned and feel that there is no way out. Because abortion and contraception threaten to make the love and commitment of marriage and family obsolete. Because I refuse to live in a society where a culture of death takes precedence over a culture of life. because I agree with my hero, Mother Teresa, when she says, "How can there be too many children? That's like saying there are too many flowers." I march for the 55 million babies aborted, the 55 million lost brothers, sisters, cousins, friends, daughters, sons, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, children of God, for the 55 million souls in heaven who never got a chance to live. With 55 million lives lost and 700,000 marchers in our nation's capital, it is unbelievable and absolutely maddening that the mainstream media does next to nothing to cover this event. That means it's on us. I implore you to help spread the culture of life. Tell people about the march. Share why you're pro-life. Write to your state and federal representatives and either thank them for the pro-life work they do or inform them that you would like to see a change. We are the ones who must be a voice for the voiceless. We must pray unceasingly for not only a change in law, but a change in the hearts of our nation. I know it is not easy to stand for life in a cruel, unforgiving culture of death. Yet it's possible because we have God on our side. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against?